name is Richard Fields, and the movie question that I have is number one. First of all, I'd like to let everybody know that as a group, we decided to watch Crazy Rich Asians. I think it was my second time watching it when I did it for the class. It is an amazing movie about relationships, and it covers a lot of the spectrums, especially when you're in the beginning, nuances of a relationship. So I thought the movie was excellent. To begin with, I have question number one, and it's 3 parts if I'm not mistaken. What stage of the Knapp's relationship model was the relationship at the beginning of the film, and why? The next part is, what stage was the relationship by the end of the film, and why? To begin with, I believe that according to the Knapp's theory or stage of relationship development, Nick Young was the main character and his girlfriend Rachel Chu were in the intensifying stage of the relationship model. Well, why would I say this? Well, the reason I say this is because the couple had been dating for a year, but they really didn't know that much about each other. They hadn't introduced each other to, especially Nick hadn't introduced Rachel to none of his family. Matter of fact, she had no idea really who he was. And in the story of the movie, he was like Prince Akeem. If you don't know who Prince Akeem is, he is Eddie Murphy's character in Coming to America. He was super rich, super wealthy, and she just thought he was a regular guy. So I kind of used that movie as a kind of a comparison. I also wanted to say that they had been spending a lot of time together, and they were still starstruck when they saw one another. That's one of the reasons why I say they were in an intensified part of that, the Knapp's theory. They were in the bonding stage also, because whenever you notice, like, I'm going to try to give some timestamps, 22 minutes into the movie, you can see that they were still stargazing at each other. They were still very much in love. They have a scene where they're all sitting at the restaurant eating, and you can tell that they're still in that the bonding stage also. They were making symbolic gestures. Matter of fact, the whole point of Nick Young bringing his girlfriend to Singapore to meet his family, he was now at that particular point ready to let everybody know that he was number one in a relationship and in love, and who he was in love with. By the end of the movie, the couple was still in the integrating and intensifying bonding stages. Like they were all over the place. They weren't just in one particular stage. They had issues that they were dealing with throughout the movie, and one of the big issues was a serious cultural difference that they were working on throughout the whole movie. Her not being crazy rich, and him being crazy rich, and his family really not accepting somebody from a lower class. So that had a lot to do with how the relationship was developing throughout the movie. It's hard enough being in a relationship and trying to get your family, who is super rich, to understand why you would be interested in a common person who they did not consider to be anywhere close to their expectations or the type of person they wanted him to be. Was an extremely different thing. I felt like the movie, even though it did have some of Knapp's relationship model in it, it was more about her being accepted than anything. But that's just my opinion. And to conclude the video, I thought the movie was excellent. It did show different stages of the Knapp theory. To me, their love for each other just seemed to intensify the whole movie, and they were always bonding because they would constantly getting to know one another. So I really appreciate the movie. I thank everybody for listening, and I hope my classmates like the video also. Take care.